Kia ora, haere mai. My name is Catherine and this is our Flosstube channel, Neat and Not by the Sea. My pronouns are she, her. And I thought what we'll do today, Victoria will introduce herself and then I'm going to share with you a few words in Te Reo Māori because it's Te Wiki o Te Reo, so Māori Language Week.
Oh. Kia ora, haere mai. My name is Victoria and my pronouns are also she and her. Welcome.
Yeah, haere mai. So when we say welcome, what we can say as well is haere mai. Okay, so we are two wahine, that's women, and we're going to show you our embroidery mahi. So that's our work.
Woo! We've just had kai, which is
had
food.
kai, which is food. And
We were both like a moi, which is nap.
oh, I don't know that. I don't know that.
Moi is nap,
And today we're filming in Victoria's whare.
which is house.
Yay! So little aside, I really impressed my boss today because like we're all trying to learn a bit of te reo at work to kind of be good allies and show willing and all that. And it's much easier for me if I get in first. So it's like, kia ora, kei te pehe koe. And my boss was like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yes. He was very impressed. And it's really great because I have a couple of meetings, work meetings, if you work at the university and you hear me talk, do not go around telling. So I have like kind of mentoring, like not really work related meetings with people that I know at the university. And for Te Wiki o Te Reo, they've got like menu cards so that you can order your coffee properly.
Oh, cool.
Like saying hello and please and I don't know. So normally I say moai nui o tamiraka. So moai is flat white, nui is large, and o tamiraka is oat milk. But now I've forgotten, but I can say he moai nui o tamiraka. Maybe it's a ho now. Anyway, something. It's really cool.
That is very cool.
And to encourage people, they're giving you $1 off your order.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so very cool. And another thing that we're doing at work, one of my team members, she's been learning te reo, and so we're doing the word of the fortnight so that we can practice it. So hui is a meeting, so we've been using that. So we try and use it in everyday speech as well. But our word of this fortnight is pai tukutuku. And that means website.
Oh.
Because we have a new website at the University of Otago.
That's cool.
Yeah. So très cool. Anyway, that's it. I thought, especially if you don't live in New Zealand. If you live in New Zealand, hopefully you are using some te reo and improving and getting confident. And if you're not in New Zealand, this is what New Zealand is trying to do, is trying to embrace more te reo. Making sure that Pakeha, which are non-Māori, are supporting Māori in like getting te reo strong. Ta-da! And I am very tired, which is nye nye.
She wants a moi.
Yeah, I want a moi. Okay, so okay, chin wags.
Chin wags. I'll go first. So I think
I'll
it's
have
only
chocolate.
been... Hasn't quite been 2
something.
weeks. I think last time we filmed was a Saturday. Today is Thursday the 14th of September. I don't know, a month. 2023. And I can't remember what I did after we filmed. I imagined I did some stitching. Oh no, I helped a friend kit up. She's going to be teaching some sewing classes. So that's what I did on the Sunday following that. And then it was work during the week. And then last weekend we had the Otipoti, which is Dunedin, Otipoti Dunedin Embroidery School, September classes. So I did a class there and made some amazing things. Or I think they're called.
Which we'll get to see.
Which you will get to see.
Right.
And then I went back to work and it's been work. So work, stitch. Oh, washing through the washing machine because I ran out of clothes. And then work, stitch.
Very good.
It's great. Good work-life balance.
I had my reading group I hadn't read the book because too much. I don't need that sort of storyline in my life at the moment. It was a shame because it was the author is called Sophie Laguna. She's an Australian author. It sounded amazing apart from the really challenging trigger warning storylines. There was a lot of art in it, which would have been totally up my street, but I was just like, I couldn't get past the first page. I got so anxious reading it. I was like, nah. And then I Googled it, and then it reinforced my conviction that I was not going to read it. But we did go for an Indian, my friend and I, before the reading group, and that was really lovely. Only one member turned up, so it was just the three of us. It was still a fun night, you know, women chatting about books and stuff. So that was very good. And on Sunday, I went to a performance at Toitu Settlers Museum, which was about, there's a book that's been published by, what do you call it? The person that studies people. That's a branch of anthropologist.
Yeah.
By an anthropologist, and it's called Invisible. And it's really about the history of Indians in New Zealand. I'm saying, you know, Indians arrived in New Zealand in the 1800s, but, you know, it's almost like people don't realize that they have a long history of being here. And they have suffered racial abuse and things like that. So she wrote this whole book, which I do want to read. It sounds quite interesting. I'm really interested in Indian things anyway. And I think what she said was right. We know a lot about Chinese people in New Zealand. They were also one of the first immigrant groups that came to New Zealand. And they have suffered a lot as well. Sorry, we had ginger beer for the first time in months. But it was lovely. There was a little bit of a speech, and then there was dance. And the loveliest thing about it is lots of cultures do this. I know that in the Pacific Islands, if you go on holiday to the Pacific Islands and they do the traditional dances, like you can learn what they mean. And so it's the same in India. You know, all the movements have different meanings, like whatever. But they have different meanings and stuff. And so they did this whole dance, and half of it was about what home was, as in India, and then half was about what New Zealand is as
so
home.
Cool.
But then they sort of explained the gestures, so that, you know, there was waves, and yeah, it was very lovely. It was really nicely done.
I saw some of the video that you posted on Instagram. It looked fabulous.
I'm such a videographer, aren't I? But it was really great. And it was an artist that invited me to go. So I follow her on Instagram. And she's the one, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you watched before, I went to Oamaru to see the quilt that she had made as a community project. I love the quilt. And so I actually got to meet her. And I'm going to interview her when I come back from India. We're going to do a little interview for her. Because I think she has a different perspective. She does slightly different work, and it's interesting. So I thought, why not? I asked her. I got brave and I asked her, and she said, why not?
Does that mean we're doing a day trip to Oamaru?
No, she lives in Dunedin.
Oh, okay.
No, the reason the quilt was in Oamaru is because it was part of a conference. And also she has donated 2 of those quilts that they made to the Women's Refuge.
Oh, fantastic.
There is a refuge for women in that are fleeing domestic violence in Dunedin, so very good.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I was sociable, like, too much.
You have, yeah. I hope you're going to make up for it this weekend by not leaving the house.
Well, gardening. There will be a lot of gardening. I'm very excited about my garden. That's all I think about. I'm so excited about all the plants that are going to come through.
I had to go up to, I had to go up to look at a project in Wakaiti.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
you didn't visit?
Monday? I had someone else, and no, you weren't. You were working from home.
Oh, that's right.
In your garden. I saw you.
I was at lunchtime.
It would have been around lunchtime.
Afternoon?
It would have been around lunchtime. I think the meeting was at 11 and we were coming back
like
about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
I was like a machine.
was
Because
very
I
impressed.
actually used up all the mulch, all the cardboard, and all the soil.
Good job. If I hadn't had a colleague in the car, I would have pulled over and yelled abuse at you.
Totally. I could have made you a cup of tea. I hope you like gestured my house and said that's a cool house.
I did. I said, look, that's my awesome friend's house. She's a hippie. You can tell from all the solar panels.
Yeah. So mainstream to have solar panels.
I know.
Now. Anyway, so yeah, that was it. I've been super busy at work. I've been trying to not be busy because I really set my own agenda. I've been trying to like chill. I'm like going into holiday mode. I am failing miserably. I'm my own worst enemy.
I wrote a big countdown up on my notice board at work today because I'm in the last phase of a project and I've got 12 weeks to do it in, or the team has 12 weeks to do it in. And this is counting down. This is week 10. So I've got another 9.5 weeks to go. But that's not chillaxing. That's
And
terrifying.
that's not, yeah, and that's not fun countdown.
No, but I got to make a pretty chart. That was fun. It was time well spent.
Procrastinating. I'm not doing a countdown for India. I'm going to India. Have I mentioned it before? I'm going to India. Tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2
I'm
weeks
very
tomorrow.
excited. So this will be the last podcast until I come back from India.
So we're thinking 6 to 8 weeks break. 6, 7, 8 weeks.
Something like that.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
And there'll be at least, I'm thinking 2 Flosstubes just of your shopping.
Well, I will do one separately at home. Yes, for sure. Just for the people that are interested in textiles.
Yeah.
But hopefully that doesn't go wrong and I am able to get all the textiles I want. I have been going on Etsy, just favoriting things that I'm not going to buy. Such amazing things.
That's
Do you know, some
fabulous.
cultures really are truly amazing. Really, truly amazing.
Indeed.
Okay, so I'm mostly going to kind of relax in this episode because Victoria has a lot to show. I don't. But shall we start with you? Do you have any FFOs?
I have no FFOs.
I don't have any FFOs. I have, but not stitchy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any FOs?
No. Do you have any FOs?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, but I have got whips.
Let's get on with the whips.
I've done some whips. I've done some whipping this last 10 days. Let's start with, you guys are going to be shocked.
Shook.
It's not the pub. So this is Linen and Threads mystery sampler from 2017. So this is a free pattern you can get from their website. And I started this early last year.
When we first got into
When
it.
we first started. Yeah, when we were waiting for cool patterns and things
Because
to
I
arrive.
discovered them and we got very giddy about
We
them.
did. But I had the bright idea of doing it 1/1 on some horrendous count. But I got back into that this week. This is a DMC. I don't know what the number is because it's rubbed off. But I did about that much this week on that band. We're getting through it. So this, I believe, I'm working through month 4. It's so cool.
Amazing.
It does look beautiful. I'm doing this for my mum. So this is the one that we often refer to as my mum's one. And I was supposed to have it done by Christmas this year. It's not going to happen. Sorry, Mum.
I think you were supposed to have it for Christmas last year.
Oh, yeah. Christmas.
Christmas. Which is Kiri Himete.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Merry Christmas is Meri Kiri Himete.
Kiri Himete. Beautiful.
So that's transliteration. There are some words in Māori that are very different from English, but some have been transliterated. So they sound very kind of like they came from English, like Meri Kiri Himete.
Kiri Himete. Right. Do you have anything you want to show?
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say, you know how you said I was shocked and I said shook?
Shook. Yep.
Can you comment, do you say verses or verse?
Verses.
Okay, so because we're grown-ups, right?
Yep.
My kids say verse.
Really?
Yeah, that's become a thing.
Oh, they need to stop that.
No, we versed Otago girls.
No, it's like,
No, listen. Open your mind.
no, I'm very
So-
close-minded and I intend to stay that way.
The funny thing is, I think you were there, because I'm terribly shocked by my children speaking like this. But I am of the belief that language belongs to the youth, and they will change it as they see fit. That's what every generation does. So initially, we were trying to explain to them that the word is verses. And then it became quite clear to us, Martin and I, that the kids were just rolling their eyes at us and doing their own thing, thank you very much. And then I came across a linguist on Instagram explaining what people are doing to the word verses and why we shouldn't be upset about it. And then he came up with lots of examples of how words that are completely acceptable to us now started like that by being butchered by people doing this. Well, that must have moved on to it's almost mainstream now, because for me it was something that 20 and 17-year-olds did. I've been in 2 work meetings now with grown-up professionals, and they're versing. They're versing, and I was like, wow. Yeah, it's amazing. I should have been a linguist. I just love the power of, it's such a democratic force.
Well, the one that cracks me up at the moment is you've gone from brother to bro to bruh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, bruh.
But isn't it interesting?
It is interesting.
So I think it's just going to become one of those things that is just shortened. And that's why my children, so one of the things, fun fact about Catherine, I am an amazing speller. Amazing. And it's not even like I've worked hard for this skill. It just makes sense to me. So I spell amazingly. My children, yeah, they don't have a close relationship with apostrophes.
I have no
quite
relationship
confused.
with I'm dyslexic, so I hate that I don't hate it. I'm so jealous that you just said spelling has always just worked for you.
Oh, it has.
Because it has never worked for me, and it still doesn't work for me. And punctuation, just forget about it.
Oh, see, I'm very good at all those things. But the hilarious thing is like, I've even given up feeling upset about the fact that they don't understand apostrophes, because I think young people will decide whether apostrophes are important or not, and then they will just ditch them if they don't think it is.
Let's ditch those and commas and full stops, because I don't get those at all.
Oh, see, no, I'm not. I do correct my kids, because sometimes if you don't put a comma, it means something completely different. Especially in Spanish. Anyway, so 16 minutes and 49 seconds, and we haven't really talked about.
I showed one.
Stitching. You've showed one thing. Okay, now I've got
But
one.
we've talked an awful lot about language and punctuation, which is, riveting stuff.
Yes. Do we have a linguist that watches?
I bet they gave up on us a little while ago.
No. I speak very well. I'm sure you haven't given up. Okay, so I worked on one thing. So this is Heartstring Samplery by Beth Twist, who I love. So I think is this my political piece? Oh yeah, let's bring it up again. I love this gold. It's like
gorgeous.
Amazing. Oh no, so this is the Benedetti poem that was put to music by Susana Baca, who's an amazing Peruvian singer. Si te quiero es porque eres mi amor, mi cómplice y todo, y en la calle codo a codo somos mucho más que dos. It's very beautiful. You should Google Susana Baca, B-A-C-A. Si te quiero es porque eres. Such a beautiful song. Anyway, drum roll please. I did my little mutant bird. I don't know why it's
I feel we're a bit high tonight.
but it's throwing me because it seems like the wrong way. So that's the bird I made.
Looks like a dodo. It's gorgeous.
It's weird, and it's got like a weird beak that's kind of underneath the blue bit, and then on this side it looks slightly different. Maybe I'll show them both at the same time.
Because they're brass.
Because see what you did there. Because I was not committed to counting. The bird-ish. And it's this 3 same colours but located in different spots.
They're really cool. Well, they are too. The bodies and heads are flipped.
Yeah. Very happy with that, but really that's all I had energy or time or inclination to do. Yay!
It's looking
Getting
fair.
there. I'm getting there. This is not a test. We're not versing. Like, we're all friends. Nobody's judging me.
I'm judging you and your inclinations not to count.
Oh, yeah. I would do it to make you uncomfortable. I totally couldn't be bothered. I was like, that looks birdish. I think I'm going to adopt that as a phrase. A way of life. Birdish. It was flowerish. It was houseish.
Oh.
But that's it. So now it's just you with cross-stitching.
Oh, well, do we want to do project by project, or shall I whip through mine quickly?
Let's just do project by project.
Okay. So, another one from the archives. So, this is my working copy.
I'll
This
eat
is
chocolate.
from the book Red Letter Day by Teresa Valadetti.
Teresa Vanette.
Vanette, huh? Not even close. But I am working on, this is Anonymous in French. And this is to go in the lid of a cutlery box that I have. And yeah, I've done everything from maybe this. I've done all of that, including the border at the top. I'm quite pleased with how that's going. This has been quite a relaxing stitch, this one.
These bits here,
Yes.
it's just for your marking,
That's
right?
just markings. That's just like
'Cause-
it's counting to make sure
Because
I'm...
borderish wasn't enough for you.
No, it's got to be exact.
Okay.
You got to follow the pattern. I've learnt to count. I may be dyslexic, but I can count sometimes. If I've got, you know, not wearing mittens and bare feet.
It is optional, isn't it?
No. So that's good. I've been enjoying that. Done that one for the last couple of nights.
That is very beautiful. I do like a red work sampler.
It is lovely. I can't wait to crack into those pears that I showed in my shopping bit the last time.
Which you haven't started yet.
No, because I've got to get some fabric, because I thought I had fabric on that count, but I don't. But I'm on a budget.
You are on a budget, yeah. It would be lovely if you made them smaller than the count. And they would
It's
be
already
like,
on like 35 count.
do it on 40, it'll be so cute.
It would be cute.
40, 1/1.
Oh no, the 1/1 is what I'm doing Mum's one in. And
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I've obviously aged quite a bit from when I started doing it now. And it's just like, oh, this 1/1 is slow.
I'm looking at your... Oh, you've got your special lamp. Because I'm thinking your light bulbs are yellow. Would it make any difference if you had them white?
I don't know, I use my my lamp with the magnifier.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, I don't actually put it under the magnifier because, I don't know, I'm weird.
Okay. It does work by going under the...
I know, I did all the Home Sweet Home under the magnifier, but then all of a
okay.
sudden I'm like, I'm not doing cross stitch under a magnifier yet.
Okay, interesting. Cool, what else?
I want to keep going, okay?
Yeah.
So these are the oldies and the goodies. So this is the snow garden.
Did you finish it? Because you said you were going to finish it.
So this is the snow garden. You'll recall I had to pull out the house last time.
Excuses now.
I can't quite remember what I've done, but I think I've done this flower and these little
They look new to me.
motify things. The bird was there, but I think I've done the wee motify things.
Très fantastique.
The colours just aren't doing it for me, so I'm not particularly drawn to go back
It
and
is
finish
muted,
it.
isn't it? But that can be quite beautiful in its own
That's
way.
fine. Yeah, I will get it done, and it's part of a set, so
But actually, I think you're right. It's not the colours here.
it's not.
Because you said it was different. It was a different lot, and yeah.
Yeah. So these are the ones in the pictures.
I still think it will look quite
Very
beautiful.
Oh, it will be beautiful.
Just different.
Just different.
And I love how all the white stuff looks like lace.
And when I've finished this one, I've already got number 2, and it's a red brick house. I'm quite looking forward to getting onto that.
Yeah.
But you know, eat your vegetables before you have your pudding.
Although I didn't do that today. It was such a
No.
lovely day. I met my friend Diana for lunch, as we do on a Thursday.
Beautiful.
And we had an ice cream.
From Rob Roy.
Yes, and it was mocha. It was the best.
I was with you all the way until you went coffee flavoured.
Oh no, it's the best. When I find out an ice cream place that does coffee flavours, it's the best thing. Coffee or mochaccino, oh yeah, yum.
Oh, remind me before we finish, I have to talk about some food. Okay, so you all are familiar with my pub one. This is a peacock, a unicorn, a badger from The Scarlet Letter. And dun 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 dun, I did some green. I think I've worked all the way up to the side of the bird, and I have started stitching around the squirrel.
Nice.
Love this one so much.
Nice.
Oh,
That will look really, it'll fit into your house really well with
Yeah.
all the wood paneling.
yeah. Oh, I love this one.
Très magnifique.
Excellent. Do you want to show one of your things before I show my class stuff, or shall I just show my class stuff?
Show your class stuff.
I'll show my class
Yeah,
stuff.
because mine is like not even stitchy adjacent.
Okay. So, Oti Poti Dunedin Embroidery School had their September classes last weekend, and I did Julie Clement's floral monogram. And you can't really see in the picture.
You can there.
Yeah.
The S, you can see the flowers well on there.
Right, so I spent 2 days last week also threading up, stretching the fabric over this slate frame, which I'd never done before. That was exciting.
So that's
Took a bit.
that's called a slate frame.
This is what I think a slate frame is called.
Okay, so oh, it's got is that a cat?
It's a castle.
A what?
It's a castle.
Okay. But look, it could be a cat.
No, it's a castle.
It totally looks like a cat.
You're
Oh
showing
my
my
God.
work. Oh my god, you were like spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's done on navy blue felt, and you might be able to see there is green. It's metal wire thread, comes in like a spring, so that's the V.
V for Victoria.
V for victorious, yes. And what the idea is that the letter is left empty, but all around the outside, this is a circular pattern, I don't think you can see my tacking stitches, will have lots of little 3D flowers in it. And these are the flowers. So this is just a scrap work piece, and this is just, we were learning techniques, so the colours are just all over the place. And
What is going to be your colour theme?
it's pink and green.
Noise.
And these, I would, if you get the opportunity to go to a Julie Clement class, she teaches both this, I don't know if you call it gold work, it's not really gold work, it's wire work.
Metalwork.
Metalwork, thank you. Yeah, coloured metal embroidery. She does a lot of Ukrainian stitches, she does some other stuff. She's got a website where she sells her kits. She was a phenomenal teacher. I thought she was fantastic.
Is she local?
She is Christchurch.
Okay. Just local enough.
Local enough. It's Kiwi land. The flowers, they look beautiful.
They're very delicate and pretty.
And as all entrepreneuring women, she had some things to sell. And I bought lots of these metal threads. The light there is not doing them justice.
It's actually toning them down because they're quite
It
vivid.
is, they're very bright.
I love the oh, double layered.
It's double layered. Catherine didn't realise there's 2 layers in here.
Yeah, and I love the green.
2 layers. There's greens. Oh, there's green on green, pink on red, gold on bronze. Look at all of those.
Did you sell it with that case?
No, this is the case I already had. Look at them all. Oh! So I bought those as extras because, I don't know, I got really excited.
For your military uniform?
Yeah. Well, no, I was like, oh, this will be so cool. I'll do all this, and this. And then what will happen is it'll just sit there for a while. And then I'll find something to do
And
with it.
then you will do something with it.
But you were asking what my colour scheme was. This is the pack of wires that I'll be doing the flowers with for my monogram. So it's pink and golds and a bit of silvers. Pink and greens and a bit of silver, I should say.
Nice.
Look at them all. So pretty. But look, she gave us all this little tube of practice wires. So lots of different colours, and that's what we were doing the practice pieces on. So we got lots of it to experiment with, and it was so good. Thoroughly enjoyable class.
Very good. Definitely new territory.
Yes, fantastic. Different to gold work. So I did the gold work with Marie Bernand. I did that little flower. Loved that as well.
You did,
But this was very different. So in the gold work class, we weren't supposed to be bending the wires so much. You didn't want to crack the coil in this because of course we're making big loops and things. We're very much cracking coils, and it was so much fun.
Cool. Very good. Is that it?
That's it. I'm done.
Okay, so what have I got to show you? I'll show you this because it's handy. So I'm making progress on my blanket, and this is it.
So beautiful.
So I reckon I'm a third in. No lies. A
You're
quarter.
between a quarter and a third.
A
I
quarter
reckon.
in, I think. But I love it. I do love this honeycomb pattern. And then the rest is plain. I think it just looks so lovely to have the contrast and the textures. Very happy with this. I'm still doing on the bus. I need to find a new book for the bus because I finished Braiding Sweetgrass, which is a fantastic book, non-fiction. But yeah, I need to find another book to read.
So you know when you're finished knitting something, you wash it and you block it to get the shape and the
I
stretch.
don't wash it, but I wet it.
Wet it. Yeah. Will that make the piece larger than it is, or is that...
It can do. You can, when you're blocking, depending on the pattern, like if you're knitting lace, you block it to stretch it so that the lace opens up. You can also stretch things if you've knitted and it's not quite the right size and you make it a bit bigger. You can stretch it to make it a little bit bigger, but you also can dry things and not stretch it, so push it in a little bit to try and get it a tiny little bit smaller. That doesn't work so well.
Put that in the dryer for that.
And you can put that, I mean, it will change the texture a little bit, but yeah, you can do that. But I'll be wetting it and blocking it just to flatten it,
rather than to stretch
change
your
the shape. Yeah. Yeah. So I did that. Are you done?
I'm done
Oh,
until
okay.
we get to stitchy cook
Okay.
in this.
So I have my finished quilt.
This is beautiful.
So this is my Manx quilt, which I'm very happy about. I was just telling Victoria, so many comments on Instagram and likes for this. I think people respond really well to the color palette.
Colour palette is gorgeous.
Yeah. So these are all the fabrics that I naturally dyed. And they're mostly, I think they're all dressmaking linens that I bought white and I dyed. All naturally dyed with so when I dye, I do it with like madder, cochineal, things like that. But I also only use alum or iron modifiers or mordants. So very natural. And I went online. If you're interested in doing this sort of thing, just Google Manx quilt tutorial, MANX, for the Isle of Man, which is an island between Ireland and the UK. If you ever seen an Isle of Man stamp, the little, you know, in the British stamps, you used to have the head of the Queen, or now the head of the King in the corner. Well, the Isle of Man has a three-legged figure, so it's just three legs joined in the center. So lots of not lots of tutorials, but definitely a good solid 3 or 4 tutorials online. So actually quite easy to find. But the very traditional way of doing it is where you get the colors meeting and a cross in the middle. So that's the traditional way of doing it. If you're familiar with the, I'm going to forget the name. It's not house block. Anyway, this idea from the North American quilt. So you have the red center and then you go round and round.
Oh, log cabin.
Log cabin. You can arrange them in lots of different ways. This is one of the ways, but in the Manx log cabin quilt, it's always like this. You have the tones outside, but of course, because I wanted 6 things, I found a way to make it pleasing to the eye. So I'm super happy with this. And then the binding was also naturally dyed. I think with onion.
Show that the it's a flap rather than a...
Yeah, so it's a fold. So I haven't quilted the 3 layers together. You have a base fabric. I don't know if you can see it. You can see all the stitching on the back because you have a base fabric and you stitch your strips onto it and then you fold them. So
Looks
this
amazing.
is what gave warmth, is the folding technique. So anyway, have a look online. Because this is quite an old technique and really it's not really in the mainstream, so like loads of people aren't doing it. I really wanted to keep the binding very unfussy. So I've just gone across and then down. So it's just got a wrap around. No mitered corners. I just thought a mitered corner didn't seem to fit for me. So I'm really happy, and as always I have named my quilt, but I did it quite subtly, so I used just the white thread. You won't be able to see it. Yeah, so this is Catherine Barriga. Waikouaiti 20. Oh, that's great.
Did you put 2021?
No, I put 2002. 2202.
Only 180 odd years in the future.
It's a science fiction quilt. Okay, I'll fix that.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That is
so,
hilarious.
is this a gift or is this just to put away?
I'll just put it away. I don't have any family members having babies. I mean, I have talked to you about the fact that I am going to be making baby things and putting them away for any family members that have babies. So, yeah. I mean, I do worry a little bit because I don't think I'm going to be preserving things in an archival manner. So I'd be such a shame if it got damaged.
You should hang it and display it. It's gorgeous.
I don't think it's that beautiful. I mean, it's okay. I've got way more beautiful things at home. I do I like a punchy colour.
You do like a punchy colour.
Yeah, and this is a little bit, baby colours. So anyway, I'm really happy. I love it, but I don't think I'm going to display it. I don't feel the need. But I am going to fold it, and I'm probably going to I'm going to look for those boxes from work with the A3 paper, and I'm going to line it. I was even thinking about buying acid-free tissue paper.
Oh, I've got heaps of that. You can come steal some
How
of mine.
come?
Because I bought a great big wad of it from the packaging store on Hillside Road to roll my embroideries in between.
Is it expenny?
No, it was like $23 for 100 sheets or something.
Archival? Acid-free?
Acid-free tissue. I don't know if it's archival, but it's acid-free
That is
tissue paper.
acid-free, or maybe. Anyway, super happy with this. And then, so I've shown you two things. And then, I've come across a new podcaster on YouTube called Emma Freeman. Emma Freeman, that's the title of her YouTube. And she does a lot of textile books. And I just love her work. I mean, I'm quite a fan of textile books. I resurrected that one that I showed the last time I went to the work craft group. And people thought it was funny.
Oh.
So I've resurrected that one. I'm going to be working on that, but I'm going to put this here so they don't fall off.
I remember those panels.
Yeah, so I don't really throw things away, but I'd outgrown certain things. So I'm doing one which is going to be quite large. Can you give me a hand here? So I love all the different tones of red, and most of this fabric is linen. This used to be another panel that I haven't deconstructed, and I thought, oh, this will be great. I need this one. This will be great. I'll use it for this book, and I will be decorating it further. This one might disappear. I think maybe a little bit jarring to have the denim, such a dark denim. This I love. You really do run hot. Your hands are hot.
Do run hot.
I love this. All red. I'll be doing lots of stuff. And there's a patch here which I quite love. I put a video on YouTube, but I've used blue thread, and so it's like a visible patch. I love it. And then this is the back of it. So yeah, this will be an evolving thing. I'm very excited about this.
Beautiful.
And I also particularly love how I did the spine with these tiny little stitches in blue embroidery floss, pearl cotton. I love it. So beautiful. So this was one. And then this is some linen that I had dyed. So this is the beginning of another little textile book. And I love how it's dyed quite mottled. Don't know. Not sure you can necessarily see all the mottling, but there is quite a bit of mottling. It's very subtle and beautiful. Yeah, I think you can see a little bit of mottling there. So I'll be incorporating things like stones and driftwood. I'm a little bit of a collector of driftwood and stones. It's a type. I'm just doing some stitching. So not overt explanatory stitching, but I really like these pieces to think things through. A bit like people do when they iron. You just iron out your problems. Like you can stitch away your problems. So I quite like that. For that. And then I wanted to make a smaller one. I'm really happy with how this one's turning out. Do you remember my poofy green skirt that I'd made?
I do remember your poofy green skirt. Did it not survive?
No, it got so thin. Because I think when I walk, also fun fact, I don't really dry my hands after the toilet because I think using paper towels is such a waste of resources. So I just do my skirt. So that's where my skirts wear out.
Ah.
The fabric gets super thin until my hand goes through it.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, enough of this fabric. I mean, that happens with natural fabric. So anyway, I used to love this skirt. It was like so cute. Anyway. And I really like how I did the binding. So this actually has a front and back cover. It's all one piece. But I love the binding. Dun, dun. With visible knots. I'm trying to be quite intentional about keeping the texture because I think it makes it more interesting. So I am doing I don't know, I'm just thinking about creating more textile books. And I didn't tell you about this, but I've had a breakthrough about my naked portrait idea.
Oh, what's your breakthrough?
I'm very bored with my allium piece. No, not enough texture. And also, I did the experiment trying the curtain in my bedroom. We didn't like the curtain. So, that original textile book, which is quite large, I'm going to outline my body on the different pages and embroider that.
Cool.
So it's going to be an abstract book of my body.
So one bit might be a shoulder or an elbow.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I was going to bring it in and I forgot. And then the last one of these cloth pieces, I've been seeing a lot of envelopes, textile envelopes online. And I really like the sound of those.
I love the mottleness of that yellow.
It is very mottled. It's rather beautiful. So it's naturally dyed again with onions. And it's all going to have textured embroidery. It's lined. It's fully lined. I did the sewing the other night. I was ironing with my Victorian iron.
Nice.
Because it was just a perfect combination of the house had got quite cold. It was a very windy, cold day. And we had to put the fire on in the evening. And suddenly it was like, I can iron with my little iron. Yeah. And Martin took some video footage of me ironing, but really badly, so I couldn't post it.
Aw. Did the iron work well?
Yeah, it did. I mean, as well as I need it to.
Yeah.
You know how linen, it's really hard to get linen well pressed?
Yes.
So this was ironed.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. I mean, they were all ironed. This was ironed as well.
Yeah.
And actually, this worked really well because this had some really stubborn creases here that wouldn't settle. And so I ironed them and now they sit flat.
Fantastic.
So really, really happy with that. It worked out. All to say, I'm not going to take a craft to India.
Yeah, she's going to go craftless.
I am going to go craftless.
She's going to take one spool of thread and one needle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I also...
I'm pretty sure you could probably get needle and thread in India.
I can. I'm just not sure I can do it in the first 2 days.
True.
Okay, so please, if you have recommendations, I'm going to be in Singapore for 2 days before and 2 days after. In fact, Martin had a friend in Singapore that was going to meet us. So I don't know if he sorted that out. Please give me recommendations for Singapore. I'm not sure I'm going to like Singapore because it's so modern. I really do like a shabby chic market. So anyway, I talked to a colleague of Diana's today because I was really worried about shopping in India. If you have been to India, please reassure me that I'm going to find authentic, vintage, embroidered panels. I'm really worried that it's all going to be like for the tourist market and it's going to be beige, quite frankly. I saw an Indian, like on holiday in India, and then this couple from somewhere in the States, I want to say San Francisco, they were so excited because they'd found this beige rug. I'm like, India's not the place you go for a beige rug. Like, it really is not. But they did, and they found it, and they were so happy. And I was like, I want to find things that are not beige.
Well, if they could find their dream, you will find your dream.
Oh, look at you. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about it. Okay, so I can't show you the whole thing because, you know, I'll probably drop the camera. But I do want you to know that I have quilted horizontally. I thought it was vertical, but it's horizontally across my entire quilt. This is my half square triangle quilt. And I've done all blues, different shades of blues. And I have decided the verticals are going to be a different colour. Quite likely orange.
Oh, I do like the sound of that.
Yeah. I toyed with the idea of yellow. First I toyed with the idea of blues, and I thought, you know what, nah. And then I thought yellow, and I thought, no, orange. It's going to be orange.
I do love an orange.
Yeah. So I'm so happy with this.
This is beautiful.
And it's so meditative and just really relaxing when you feel like there's just too much going on.
You have been hitting it out of the park with quilts recently. Like, you always do a good quilt, but these last few you've done are stunners.
I think they were all stunners at the time, and we just move on. But I'm so happy with my quilting. So happy. And I have a friend that I met thanks to the podcast, and I'm very excited that we're friends, and we're going to do a little project, which I've never done. Do you know how people do like a stitch along, but a bit more involved? So we're going to meet up, and we're going to talk parameters.
Ooh!
So we're going to work on doing bunting.
Cute.
Because it's little things.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to, I don't want to make another massive quilt. So we'll have parameters, but it's going to be bunting, and I'm going to make square or rectangular bunting, and we're going to use each one to kind of explore themes and thingies.
I can think of several places in your house where you could hang some bunting.
Well, I need some in my studio.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I have a technical question for you, like building technical question. And
We'll take that off Zoom, or whatever you call it.
yeah. Offline. We'll take it offline. I don't know if this person minds me saying, but anyway, I'm very excited about this. You know who I'm talking about. She said to me, "Oh, we don't have to do swaps or stuff." And I was like, "No, we have to do swaps." Because I get so jealous when people say, "Oh, look, I did this collaborative thing. I sent them something, they did half, then I sent it back, and I finished it." And I'm always
cool.
like, I don't have friends like that. All my fault, because I'm too reluctant to kind of engage. But anyway, we're gonna do it, but in a local way.
That's really cool.
Can you imagine if we did things abroad? It'd be like 3 months later, you'll get this parcel.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. And now
Customs will have opened it and had a good snoop.
Yes, that's right. But anyway, I'm very excited because I think I'm trying to move my quilt making and my fabric making to be more experimental, but also the idea that if I want to practice a technique, I don't want to have to make an entire quilt of it. That's why I'm interested in the DOJ.
That's exactly what I
can
thought.
have
It's
like 300 techniques in one quilt.
Yeah.
That's my idea. So I'm very excited about that. So good things are happening. I kind of feel like there is definitely spring energy.
Yeah, spring, absolutely. I've been gardening this week.
What is going on?
I know. I've done 3 buckets of weeds.
Amazing.
Catherine didn't even notice. I have to point it out. Because
Yeah.
it still looks so feral.
I was thinking food. Where's the food? So that's it as far as making this.
Fantastic.
Ugh. And so now you have lots of stitchy kindness.
People have been so kind to me this fortnight. So last Flosstube, or the Flosstube before, I spoke about how I am collecting the Inspirations magazine, and I got a DM from Watcher, Zach. Hi, Zach.
Can we just say miracles do happen? Because Zach messaged you.
I know.
And it was not 6 months before I said to her,
Have you checked your messages?
have you checked your messages? Because someone DM'd you 6 months ago and now they're asking me to check on you. So miracles do happen.
And she very kindly has given me a whole pile of Inspirations magazines. I had so much fun both looking at them and ticking them off my spreadsheet. And they're beautiful, and the patterns are in them, and where's
The binding's different in a couple.
Yeah, so it's the age. So this one is a slightly newer one. So this is issue 51, whereas this one is issue 36. And then you'll find there's another evolution of this, which is slightly larger, which irks me to no end because all the binding should match.
You wouldn't enjoy it.
But, I will overcome.
She's not breathing out, but she will overcome somehow.
But look at that sweet bag. Isn't that sweet? And what else? Was it this one? Oh, I'm going to have to sit down. I think you can get an Inspirations magazine, which is the the index, so you can see which magazines have which projects in it. which I think is going to work better than my current system, which is taking photos of the cover.
That was a cute dog.
Was a cute dog. There's a bear quilt, which they're calling, not a quilt, a blanket. Oh, I don't know where it is. I don't know where the dog is either. I can't show you the cute dog because I've lost it. Looks a bit shade. Anyway, there's so much in here that I want to do. Wishing I found this level of embroidery enthusiasm like 20 years ago.
Oh, you're in a different stage of your life. Also, can we just say Zach, who gave Victoria all the magazines,
Thank you so much. Incredibly kind.
is a librarian. So
She
I'm
is.
just saying,
At the Dunedin Public Library.
librarians are cool.
Yes, they are.
But also, yay, Dunedin Public Library.
Do I need to blank out where she's from?
She's from the Dunedin Public Library.
Okay, then that's fine.
Yeah. I'm sure she won't mind. She was at the Stitcher retreat.
She was. She was one of the
Attendees.
attendees. Where's the full picture? Oh, these are just little bits, but this is, I'm assuming, knockoff Winnie the Pooh. How cute are they?
A bear. Just a bear.
Bears. A bear. Who just happens to look like a honey-loving bear, we all know.
Do you think? I don't think
Yes.
it looks...
Beautiful. Oh, these are so good. So
I
thank you
also-
so much.
I also don't know if it's out of copyright now.
Winnie, yeah, the classic Winnie the Pooh is out of
Yeah,
copyright.
so 75 years.
But it wouldn't have been back in 1995,
I don't know when Winnie the Pooh was done.
recently. Like, really recently.
What, 80? No.
No, like in the last 3 or 4 years it's become out of copyright. The Disney
oh no,
version
I
of
mean the
Pooh Bear.
original.
Yeah, the Disney version is still under copyright, but the original...
I mean, when was the original created? That was
Oh,
my
the
question.
original...
I wouldn't know. That's
I
not
would
my
know.
jam.
I don't think I know either.
No. But yeah, interesting. So yay. Your obsession continues.
It's so good. It's so much fun. I'm not crazy at all.
Okay, and then I had a lovely parcel. Now, I know, Margarita, I know you said we didn't have to show, but sometimes you have to show.
We will be showing.
And I had a horrid day at work yesterday. Nothing happened at work. I just had like one of those feelings that you're like, I hate my job. What is the point? I hate capitalism. When can I retire?
Why aren't I at home stitching and being...
Yeah, and then we went to a quiz night and I was really tired. I didn't get into bed until 10 past 10. But not before I got home and I saw the parcel, because Christina told me about the parcel in the car, and I was like, you could have sent me a photo of the parcel in the day. That would have improved my day.
No, you would have hated... You would have been like, I don't want to be at this quiz. I want to go home and get my parcel. I want to get my parcel.
No, but you get a little bit of something if you know you've got parcel.
That
Like,
is true.
I live for post.
I do. Even when you know what's in it, it's like, oh, presents for me.
Or just like purchases that I have made.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Margarita is a lovely viewer, and she's been
incredibly
kind from
kind
the
and
beginning.
generous.
And so I knew about this parcel. It has taken almost exactly 3 months to get here. And I was really worried about it because at some point you did tell me what was in it, and I was like, they're going to hold it back, and then that'll be the end of that. They did hold it back, and they did check it, but you get a little slip that says, this was held back by the Ministry of Primary
Food
Industries.
industries.
However, there was nothing confiscated.
But we have fingered it all.
That's a terrible expression.
We have rifled through it all.
Yeah, we're not going to edit. Anyway, there were some lovely treasures there. Do you want to... And also, yay, Margarita, very clever of you to separate Victoria's in a separate bag.
Yeah, I'll show.
Yeah.
Look at this adorable bag with a beautiful
Wooden button.
button. It almost looks like a coconut shell, but I don't know.
It could be. Natural button.
Natural button, beautiful, in a beautiful bag. And I believe this was sent before I talked about making project bags from little bags. So this is going to be a little project bag, because how cute is that dear?
Is that a plicade?
It is a plicade, or
Nice.
it's on there. It's beautiful.
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty. I think it's just visor fixed on.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, it's gorgeous. I love it. And in the parcel, we have...
Oh yes, I texted Victoria last night with a photo of the parcel, and I said, you have a little gift. So of course she responded this morning at about 10.
What time did you send that text?
At 10 past 10.
I was probably
night.
pretending to be asleep.
I thought so, yeah.
Or
I mean,
watching TV.
highly unsociable at that time to be texting you.
A beautiful range of DMC cloths.
Oh my god, I love that blue.
The blue is stunning. The red is stunning. It's all just beautiful.
And it's got labels so you know the numbers.
Oh, it's just ticking all the boxes for me. It really is.
Oh, that's another Excel sheet you have to activate.
Oh, I do love a spreadsheet. There are
Very hilarious.
some
Floss drops.
floss drops. Thank you. The words had escaped me. Now I'm not sure whether Margarita has made these herself.
I think she has.
That's gorgeous. I'm loving it. I like this one in particular with the chicken.
See, I think she has recycled
Old boxes or cards
from her pantry,
yeah, it's gorgeous.
which is totally up my street. Love it. So do you have a hole punch in that shape, Margarita? Is that how you did it?
I would say she's got 3 hole punches going on to get this shape.
Or the little one, this one,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
that side, yeah.
They're so cool. And that's great. I'm going to put those to good use. And then there is this beautiful floss drop card,
That's very
which
pretty
I'm
as well.
thinking I might put my blues on for Mum's one.
Oh, that's adorable. That
Because
goes.
at the moment I've just got a boring old white one. But put that on and then I can have like the full threads and then the bits and pieces that come off. And it's so beautiful.
And it's elegant. It kind of goes with it.
It is. And I won't lose it. I keep losing this down the side of the sofa. Because it's just all on its lonesome. And
I've forgotten what this is now.
I haven't.
We only watched it. We only looked at it like 3 hours ago.
Stickers. I'm going to be using these in next year's what is this, book of days, because I've already filled up this year's ones because I got bored one day, did all the stickers. So this month we've got puffed up jungle stickers.
Show me. Okay. I remember
There's
coveting
elephants
the puffy stickers
and
when I was younger.
monkeys.
I
But
quite
look
like
at these beautiful butterflies, and the best bit is that they're double, so I can keep one for myself and I can go sticker swapping, because that's what we used to do in high school.
Okay, can I just say that earlier Victoria said, and I can swap one, not with you, Catherine.
Yeah, I did say, because she doesn't do stickers, she's not cool enough.
I'm definitely not cool enough. I quite like this monkey though.
It's cute.
I can just live through you. I don't have to do
You
stickers.
can live vicariously.
Yeah.
And the pesta resistance is, and I'm suspecting she made these.
I think she did, yes.
They are gorgeous. This is, I believe, a pot holder or a
Yes.
coaster or a pot holder. It's gorgeous. Look at those colours. It's
I'm gonna show mine at
purples
the
and
same
pinks.
time.
It looks a little bit.
I think these were personalised because
are
I like the hot, fiery,
gorgeous.
orangey, reddy yellow. And I can totally see that with you,
Yes.
with some of your projects.
So thank you, Margarita, so much. You're incredibly generous.
That is so lovely. I really appreciate this. It is lovely. And I got goodies as well.
You did.
So I got some of these as well. So I know what I can do with these. I can put my naturally dyed flosses in this.
Oh,
would
that's
be
nice.
lovely.
Yes, because there's enough space on the back that
To
you can write
things.
on what
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. So I love these, and I love that you've repurposed your, I don't know, pasta packets and like cardboard. Oh, that's Italian. Yeah, so very adorable. I love them. See, I prefer this sort of thing than bought things. Gosh, I'm getting quite soppy in my old age. It means a lot more when someone that watches the Flosstube like makes something. And I got these fabrics as well.
Oh,
Just
gorgeous.
très fantastique. Oh, let's show them like this. Are these the same? No, they're different. Oh,
Or is it
they
the back
are.
of it?
Yeah, it's the back of it, yeah. Yeah. So some leftover fabrics from Margarita's pantry treasure. So very excited.
Beautiful.
I did tell you that I've stopped up shopping.
No.
There is no need.
Have you got too much stuff?
I've got enough shirts, and I'm going to India. Like, I don't need to op shop now, unless I'm like, I need to buy a measuring cup. I'll go op shopping, but I don't need to go op shopping for fun now,
Oh,
which is kind of devastating.
It is a bit devastating.
Yeah. And then I got this pack of threads, which I liked. I don't care if it's just like pretend greenwashing. I love the brown packaging. That's very up my street. I'll bring them out because
The colours are
colours
gorgeous.
are lovely. Aren't these colours beautiful? They're so lovely and romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very lovely. And are these from Japan? Although there is writing in English, because the brand says it says embroidery thread all over the world. It kind of feels to me like something that they would say in Japanese, like to make it. I know there's lots of websites. If you look at Japanese websites, quite often they have quite a lot of English, but not in a helpful way that will help you shop. It's just signaling something. Anyway, I love these. Oh, interesting. These are 7 meters, not 6.
Ooh.
How interesting.
Is DMC 6 or 7?
I think it was 6.
8 metres.
Oh, well, there you go. What do we know? We just embroider.
8.7 yards.
Ah. Love these. Okay, I have questions about this. Margarita also sent me this skein of lace weight yarn. Where is this from, Margarita? Do you know? I think I'm going to dye it. Like, goals, I am going to do the indigo thing. Excited about this. Remind me when I get back, because I'm an old lady and I
Indigo,
forget.
yeah.
Just, I need to set up my indigo vat. I'm going to do it. I am a powerful woman. I can do my indigo vat.
Plus it's summer, you can put it in your craft house.
No, I'll put it, that's why I have the big deck for my studio. I have questions about this, Margarita. Is this the stuff for tying the shibori? It looks like it could be. So it feels like cotton, so it's a skein, but it feels like cotton to me. But it's not super smooth cotton, so, I mean, I don't know. Could it be hemp, maybe?
Ooh.
Or is it the sashiko tie thread? Not shibori tie thread. Yeah. I don't know. Very exciting. Very happy about this. And also...
This thing you're doing here is very impressive, by the way. You're twisting and folding and curling.
Do you know,
I was watching you do it before.
when Martin got made redundant, when we had been in New Zealand just over a year, it was very dreadful. And my children were little. And I got myself a job at the yarn shop. I was the yarn shop manager.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible pay. Terrible pay. I was just so desperate. I was like, I can do this. I remember when I learned to do that. And at first it's like rubbing your tummy.
You're patting your head and rubbing your tummy, yeah.
Which is why it amuses me when you're like, that is so impressive, because there's nothing impressive about it. But when you're starting out, you're like 6 hands trying to do a thing. So anyway, scaling things up. And a massive stack of Ada to play around with. And I actually thought it would be really interesting to incorporate the texture of the Ada in my bunting.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yes, but I'm going to dye some of it. But I also like the fact that they're actually not all of them white. There's like, look. Oh, that doesn't... See? Can you see that there are... I mean, it's not great, is it?
We have to
Oh, yeah, there you go. Different shades. Like, this is kind of cream. So very exciting. And the things that I didn't bring, because poor Martin has to come and deliver all of these, because I'm not going to take all of this to work. Margarita, I'm fascinated by that pasta that you sent me. It says wholemeal. Now, you know I'm a vegetarian, so I was like, has this got squid ink? It's so black. So, but I wonder if it's like, if there's a variety of wheat that's like a dark wheat. Because I buy wholemeal pasta. It does not have that colour. So anyway, I'm quite excited. I'm going to look up Portuguese recipe.
Excellent.
Yeah, I thought that would be a fun thing to do. And also I got some Portuguese oregano, which got me very excited, even though I have my own run-of-the-mill oregano. But I was just so taken by it. And some piri-piri sauce that she had made. So
Beautiful.
I was very excited. And Martin was very happy for me. He was like, oh, Martin's menopausal. he gets very gushy and he's like, people are so kind to you. I was like,
And
I
you
know.
are. Thank you so much.
Yes, you are very kind, but it amuses me that Martin like gets a bit gushy. So happy with the beautiful gifts. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we were spoiled.
And I think people should congratulate me that I delivered your
You did.
side of the parcel.
You did.
So now I just have to wait for my parcel to arrive from the UK that still hasn't arrived, and another parcel that's coming from the US that only got sent recently. And the book that I ordered from the Guatemala Ishel Museum.
Are they going to work or to home?
To home.
Talk about that later.
But my neighbours will pick things up for me.
Oh, fantastic.
Because I've got lovely neighbours.
Yeah.
I love Faye. Faye is my lovely neighbour. And also, my neighbour Mojon phoned me at work. Mojon and Georgina, I'm sure they won't mind me saying their names. I mean, you don't know them, madam. They live one section away from us, and they're from India. And
they've got the vegetable garden out the back.
Yes, the massive
Stunning
vegetable garden. I'm like competitive neighbour, but also Indian neighbours. Hello, can we be friends? Lots of overtures. Oh my God, the other day I went into their house, because they always welcome you in. Like, they don't just talk to you at the door. And because I was inviting Georgina to come to my craft group.
Oh, lovely.
So I went to see a couple of my neighbours to say, why don't you come to my craft group? It's very friendly, you should come. Anyway, she was cooking a feast. She was like, oh, do you want to stay? I was like, no.
Yes.
Yeah, they're super lovely. But he phoned me because my that shed that has all the photovoltaic batteries, it was wide open. He said, it's very windy here. Are you home? I was like, no. And he said, okay, I'll come around and I'll close them.
Oh, that's kind.
I know. And then I texted Christina, a strange man is going to come and close the shed in case you are home and you hadn't realised. So they were super lovely, very neighbourly. But of course,
Very
they
nice.
frightened the heebie-jeebies out of me when he phoned me at
Oh,
work.
yeah, it's like, oh.
I was like, what's the matter?
What's burned down?
Yeah, please, not my house. Why are we even talking about this?
I don't know.
How did this happen?
Neighbourly, people being kind. I don't know, it just did. Look, we're waffling on. We've hit the 1 hour mark
1 hour
again.
and 7 minutes. Okay, so, te reo Māori words to close off. So, to say goodbye, we would say haere rā.
You were just jumping the gun a little bit. I want to
Plans.
say... Yeah, plans.
You rushed me. You said 1 minute and 1 hour and 7 minutes.
I was just saying that we've obviously gone off on tangents because the last video was only like 40 minutes and everyone was like, oh, what's happened? Why is this a reasonable length? No, this one is not.
I didn't get any of those comments. Okay, so you were saying, Victoria.
Oh, so, plans. So, as we said before, you're away for, we're going to say it'll be a minimum of 6 weeks before we're back, more likely somewhere between the 6 and the 8 week mark.
Well, look, I'm not going for 2 weeks and I'm away for 5. It's going to be at least 7.
Okay, can't do maths. I've got socks on, I can't count. So I have set myself a mini goal. I'm going to have the house and the lift out tray of my Home Sweet Home done for when we film next time. Not all the wee accoutrements, but the actual house with the lift out. So the house as an item will be finished.
Great. That sounds like a worthy goal.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Okay, my goal. It's almost time to go and I haven't filmed in Spanish. My goal is to do a lot of shopping. Which I know is not what you expect in this channel. But I'm going to India. I am not going to have regrets. I'm totally going to buy...
Buy everything that takes your fancy.
Hand-printed, block-printed fabric. Lots of embroidery. Hopefully they'll have lots of natural yarns and maybe some hemp yarns and stuff. I will shop. I have no intention of not shopping in India.
Excellent.
But I'm hoping to shop from artisans and producers. So that will be very exciting. And I will show you my purchases separately. Not in the main channel. Like in the channel, but not in the main program with Victoria.
Yeah.
Are we good? Are we good?
We're good. Now we're good.
Okay, so goodbyes in te reo Māori. So haere rā would be when we are saying goodbye, like bye, you go. I think
No.
hairera is we are walking away, but you stay where you are.
See, I'm thinking of the Susie Cato song that goes, see you later, it's time for us to go. See you later, it's time for us to, I don't think the words aren't right. And no hurrah, I'm leaving, I've really got to run. So, sorry, anyway, that was the one I was thinking of.
E nohora. So noho is to sit.
Huh.
So e nohora must mean you sit, I'm going.
Could well mean.
Unless it means I'm going to sit here, you go. But I didn't know until I met Max that noho is sitting.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Great.
So noho marae is when you stay at the marae for the weekend. So a marae is the traditional meeting house for Maori. So when you stay for the weekend, which is by invitation only, it's a noho.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's like a metaphorical sitting.
You can say kia ora when you're leaving. That's hello and goodbye, isn't it? Isn't it one of those multi-purpose?
It is multi-purpose, but I only use it for hello and thank you.
Oh.
I would say kakite.
Kakite. We do say kakite.
Yeah.
We often
And what do
finish
they say in Air New Zealand? Whakata? Something whakata. They always say that in Air New Zealand when you fly.
Probably says thank you for flying with us. You probably just said thank you for flying.
No. It's because we use it's something about. Yeah, I've got a great big sheet of butcher paper in my office, very long, and it's got greetings, goodbyes, like things like that.
Nice.
So maybe let's do a. I can't remember what we told them. So remember, we are wahine. We are in Victoria's Whare, and we were showing you our embroidery mahi.
And now we're going to go for a moe, which is a nap.
And wherever you live, if you have indigenous languages, treasure them, use them, and support the people that use them.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they will be lost.